Dear friends, welcome to a new tutorial called React.js hooks in 2023. So in this tutorial, we will be covering various hooks in React.js and why they are using with a particular example. Okay, so I'm going to take a look at the first hook called useState in React.js. Before jumping to the video, make sure that an editor is installed on your device, whether it is Visual Studio Code or at Atoms, it's your choice. And you need to have a basic knowledge of React.js and JavaScript to get started with this React.js hooks course. Okay. So yeah, I have created an application called count app. So in this count app, when you click the up button, the count is incremented to 1 and you will see 1 is odd. So which it will give whether the count is even or odd. When you click the up button, and it will increment and you will get the value that is even or odd. So and when you click the down button also you will get the values. While creating this application, you will get to know what is useState and why we are using this and what is the drawback of useState. All those things you will get to know. So let's get started with the coding. So here you can see there is an empty React.js project. So let's jump to VS Code. Okay, the first thing you need to do is you have to import the hook to use it. So let's import from, it should be React, and you can name here first hook is useState. Okay, so our first step is completed. We imported the useState hook. Then useState hook is a function, so you can pass any data types inside the function. So I'm going to pass useState a number like 0, and then useState will return something to us. Let's check what it is returning. Const value is equal to, let's console.log the value, so we'll understand what is it is giving to us. Let's inspect it. See, I'm getting an object of an array of values. The first element is 0 and the second element is a method. So first element is 0, where it is getting here. When we change it to 10, see, we will get a 10 here. So first element will always return the value of this whatever we put here, and the second element is a method that is used to update the value of useState, update the value of the state. So using the second method, we are updating this value. Okay, the benefit of useState is you can render the component whenever the hook is updated, whenever the useState is updated. So you can ask, we can use an object to store the values for the component, but while using an object you cannot re-render the component. For that, React is introduced useState. Okay, so let's destructure this value into, it's an array, so let's destructure into counter, set counter. You can name it whatever you want, no issues. Then I need to show this counter. This counter means this 10. Okay, the set counter means a function to update this value, just to know that. And I'm showing this counter here. Let's check the UI. So you will get 10 here. When it is 0, you will get 0 here. Then the next thing I need to want is two buttons. So I can put two buttons here, button for up and one button for down, which means increment and decrement. Now I can put some like a on change, on click. Hope you know this. I'm naming it as increment, and inside the second button I'm naming it as decrement. Okay. And I need to define these methods here. Const, should be an arrow function or an normal function, you can decide. So we define two buttons. Now what we need to do is, whenever we click this up button, we need to change this count value by using our hook. So let's get started how we can do that. Okay, so we can use this set counter method. Set counter of, when you give 3, let's check what will happen. And I am going to inspect this element. Okay, it will give you more detailed information. Initially it is 0. Okay, this is 0, and I am going to press this button. See, this division is updated to 3. That means it is rendered this component again when it is changed. That's the benefit of useState hook. So when we put this use set counter to 3, the value is changed to 3. When we again put this, nothing gonna happens because it's already 3. But we need to increment based on our previous value plus 1. If it is 3, when we click the increment, it should be 4. So how we can do that? Set counter, inside set counter there's a method. Okay, we can put an arrow function here. So this method will give the previous value. So let's log the previous value. And we can go to console and click the up. So we will get the previous value equal to 0. The previous value means whatever the value previously it is. So set counter provides another method inside the method. It's a function. So this function will return the previous value. So what we need to do is we need to update the previous value plus 1. So we can return, it's a function, so we can return previous value plus 1 to increment based on the previous value. If it is 0, we need to do 0 plus 1 to 1, then like that. So let's click the up button. You can see there's not a number thing is come. So I think we can put a number here. It's not a number, it's a number method, JavaScript inbuilt method. If it is a string number, it will convert to the integer number. Okay, see, whenever I click the button, you can see it's incremented to 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, that's great. So whenever you can, I will just show you once again inspect. Whenever you click this up button, so you can see only the division is changing. It's changed 27, 26. See, nothing else is changing. That's because of React virtual DOM concept. Okay, I'm not going deeper into that. Let's implement the same functionality in decrement also. But whenever the user clicked decrement, we need to decrement the value, not increment. So I am clicking the minus button. So let's downgrade that. See, it's downgraded to 29, 26, 22, 19. Yeah. Okay, that's great. It's working fine. Now what we need to do is we need to show the whether it is even or odd. So to show that, right now I put just an integer. So let's check how to put an object in useState. I'm putting an object. So counter, just a key value pair. It should be initially 0, and I'm just passing a property here. Property means whether it is even or odd. So initially 0 should be even. So in counter, right now we will get this object. Inside this counter you will get entire object. Okay, so we need to show only this counter here. So we have to change counter is to counter dot count. Should be count, right? Yep. And we need to show here the property counter dot property. See, you can see 0 even. Now let's click the up button. See, nothing got to happen. You can see the previous value. Previous value is right now is object. Initially the previous value is, before that previous value is in a number, but right now it's fully an object. So we need to get the count from here. Okay, count, and the previous value dot count minus 1. It should work now. No, it's not working. Let's check that. Previous value dot count. Previous value is oh, previous value itself is not different. That's good. Let's check once again what is happening. Previous value plus count plus 1. We can put this also inside number to avoid the misconfusion to React whether it is number or integer. Oh, it's not updating. Oh yeah, I got that issue. We are just returning a value here. It should not be a value. The useState itself an object. That's my mistake. So return, we have to return both the key value pairs if needed. Then count is to number of previous value dot count plus 1. Okay, then just we can put, right now we can put hard coder like property is to odd. We can write the logic of that. See, you can check this. I know it changed to not a number, but you can see it's changed to odd. So let's debug what was the issue here. I think we need to convert this also. Number, let's check if it works. See, it works. It changed to 1 to odd. That's great. Now we need to check the condition if it is odd or even. For that we can check an if condition. If previous value dot count modulo divided by 2 equal to 0, that means it's an even. Else it is an odd. Even odd. Yep. There will be a problem that I will show you. See, it's even. See, it's second even. 2 is odd. That's great. 3 is again even. So what was the issue? See, it is 3 now, but the previous value is 2. So we are comparing this 2 modulo double 2 equal to 0. That means it's even. This is the drawback of useState. Carefully, this is the drawback of useState. That means we will get the previous value, not the updated value here. Okay, we'll always get the previous value. We can't get the updated value here. If you want to get the updated value, then the component should be rendered again. Okay, that's the problem of useState. So how can we fix that? Actually, React introduced a hook to fix the problem and to resolve this problem easily. So we will be covering the hook in the next video. You can comment down if you know that hook. Okay, so right now we can find a solution, like we can just plus 1 here. So we will get the connect updated value. Let's check if this works. See, it works fine. This is the drawback of useState, and actually React introduces a very well hook for that. Okay, so let's copy paste the same logic in the decrement function also. Instead of plus 1 we can minus 1 because it's decrementing, right? So we can do, yeah, 7 is odd, 6 is even. Yeah, so we create an application to understand about useState hook, and in the next video we will resolve the issue that we got from the useState hook. Let's go again into useState. First of all, we need to import the useState here. Then what we need to do is just initialize useState with whatever the state you want to put here, whether it is number, array, object, whatever it is. Then this object will return 2 elements inside an array. First element should be the value you have put here, and the second element is a function that is used to update the state of your useState. Okay, whenever you update the state, this component will render again. Okay, if you update 10 times, then the 10 times the component will render again. Hope you understand something. If you have any doubt regarding this useState hook, please comment below so that I can check and I can give you the answer of that.
So adding some more points here, you can use multiple useState in your component, like string, comma, set string is equal to useState, or you can put string. And if you want to update, you have to consider one thing, that here we've done this because we want the previous value to update to the new value here. If you don't want the previous value, you can directly use set string to like new string something, then the hello will change to new string. So every time we don't want this previous value, if we want this previous value, you can use this method to do. Otherwise you can directly pass the new value here. Okay, then we can use in useState, we can use the arrays also. I will show you an example. Array, set array, we can initialize an array here. If you want to push something in this array, you can use like set array, this value should be an array, and it will return a new array with the previous value, and whatever the element you are pushing you can pass here, so it will come here. Okay, so we have checked about integer, string, object, arrays here. Please note that while doing these things, like it's inside a component, not inside any, like this set counter is inside a const increment method, and this decrement set counter is also inside decrement method. But here you can see these two set methods are outside the like function, it's inside the component. Okay, it's inside the app. So what will happen is it will continuously render this component again and again and again, because it's rendering too many, it's updating every time, right? So it will render again. So don't try to do this. If you want to update any things, or either you can use some other hooks, or it should be inside a function. Okay, not put any set method outside a function like this, then it will be come into a loop and it will get an error like this. Okay, if you have any doubt you can comment. Okay, thank you guys.